Hello friends, my name is Dante and welcome back to yet another gaming video. And that's right, we're going back to one of my favorite games of all time, Resident Evil 2. If any of you have played the new Resident Evil 2 remake, you'll know that it has 3 difficulty levels: Assisted, Normal, and Hardcore. Now, back when I was first trying my hand at Hardcore mode, I noticed the zombies took a lot of ammo to kill and I was just having an all-around difficult time. So, I decided to have a little peek online to see different people's advice on this difficulty setting. What I noticed was that almost every person giving their opinion on the best way to survive hardcore mode said it was best to run past most enemies and conserve as much ammo as possible, because they all agreed that you didn't get enough ammo throughout the run. But you know me, I like to go against everyone's expectations. You tell me I can't beat this game without killing enemies? I'll do it. You tell me I can't beat this game without pressing the run button? I'll freaking do it! By the way, if you want to see both of those videos, I'll put them in the top for you right here. So yes, today I answer the question, can you kill every enemy on hardcore mode in Resident Evil 2? There's a few things I have to mention before we really get down and dirty into this video. What I'll be going throughout this video are what I did for the boss fights, how I handled the jail cell zombies as Leon, spoiler, this is the coolest part of the video, doing Ada's part with barely any ammo, the goddamn bullet drain G's, and how I handled windows in the RPD. First of all, what counts as all enemies? Well, what I define as all enemies is any enemy that can attack you throughout the game. What does that mean? That means every window zombie, every dog, every G in the sewers, every licker, everything. Not only am I killing every enemy in my way, I'm killing every enemy that you wouldn't normally need to kill. Normally, you'd board up the windows and not have to deal with the zombies. Normally, you could just walk past all lickers and be a safe little boy. Nope, not in this run. I kill everything in every room, so I created a few rules for myself. Rule number 1, no boards allowed. Rule number 2, I have to go back through all areas and thoroughly search through each of them to make sure I didn't miss a single enemy. Rule number 3, I have to knife every enemy on the ground, whether zombie, licker, or dog, to make sure that they are absolutely 100% dead. And rule number 4, nobody talks about Fight Club. Okay, the rules are out there, bada bing bada boom. So next, let's talk about these windows and how they work. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about windows. Shut up, man. This is high quality content and we're gonna talk about windows if I want to. So, you may have noticed throughout your playthroughs that zombies seem to endlessly spawn through the windows in the RPD. And that's why the best and most obvious solution is to board them up permanently. What if I told you that these windows don't actually infinitely spawn zombies? How the windows actually work is that they have a set number of spawns. So let's take the window in the east hallway for example. When you first go by the window, some random bro busts through. The second time you go by, an Asian guy busts through. Then it goes on and on, either 3 or 4 or 5 times, eventually ending with a lady zombie going through. But for the sake of simplicity, let's say this window has 3 spawns because I forget how many it actually has. Now here's the interesting part. Let's say I run by the first time and don't kill the random bro. Next time I come through the hallway, the random bro will have despawned and I'll never see him again. So this window now has 2 spawns left. So that's essentially what I did. I waited until each window's final spawn before I killed the window zombie. Or sometimes the window would only have 1 spawn in the first place. Like the window by the interrogation room, in which case I'd just kill the zombie right away. You might be thinking, well what the heck Dante, you said you're gonna kill every zombie. See, the problem with that is that I didn't have enough ammo for these zombies yet. I need to be able to get everything I can in the sewers so that I can return to the RPD like the Terminator and destroy all zombies. And don't get me wrong, I definitely do kill the window zombies, I just don't kill every spawn of the window zombies. Which, if you think about it, I shouldn't have to anyway. It's enough that I have to kill half a dozen window zombies in the first place, so cut me some slack guys, come on. Another thing I'll mention is that I chose Leon over Claire because I feel like Leon's weapons are better. Apparently, nobody agrees with me on this. Literally nobody. Everyone else online is saying they like Claire's weapons better, so I guess I'll just be by myself in this Leon corner. Okay, so starting off in the gas station, we immediately fail the challenge. Whoa, hit the brakes. What did I just say? You heard me right. You get 10 bullets whether you're Leon or Claire in the beginning. On hardcore mode, the very first zombie you encounter takes 9 headshots to completely kill no matter what. I played this part multiple times and it's always the same, 9 bullets. So, let's do some simple math. 10 minus 9 equals 1. And let's be really clear here. The first zombie will never give you a critical shot. What's a critical shot? You know how sometimes a zombie will take 12 shots to kill, and other times they'll just take one shot and their heads explode? That's a critical shot, where their heads explode, and then they're permanently dead. Yeah, this first zombie will never give you a critical, and you're forced to always use 9 bullets on him. And guess what? There's not just one zombie in the gas station. There's not just 2, or 3, or 4 zombies. There's 5 zombies in this one little gas station in the middle of nowhere. What the frick, man? So let me ask you a question. How do you divide up 1 bullet between 4 zombies? The simple answer is, you can't. And there's nothing that can be done about this. Even with infinite weapons, you can't do anything about it because the infinite weapons are found in the chests, and you don't get your first chest until you reach the RPD. And let's say you do end up finding a way to kill all of the zombies in the gas station, what about the dozens throughout Raccoon City? It's impossible. The Resident Evil gods aren't on my side today, boys. I mean, I feel like these zombies technically don't count because I literally can't do anything about them. But again, if you want to say I failed the challenge, go right ahead. Break my heart, just do it. And let's not forget about the invincible zombies on the other side of the RPD gate. Even with the infinite minigun and rocket launcher, they can't be killed. The gods really aren't on my side. So, the most important aspect of this run, hands down, are critical shots. Getting a critical shot on a zombie can save you up to 12 bullets, so clearly the more of them I can get, the better. Now, I didn't replay an area 10 times trying to get as many critical shots as possible. I only ran through the game once. I just happened to get lucky with a good amount of criticals. I do want to mention that I missed a couple of bullets as well, but I just kept chugging along. Yes, even us gods don't have perfect aim. Everything is pretty self-explanatory up until the first Birkin fight. Any pro at this game knows the best way to take on Birkin here is to kill him with 2 knives. It's easy to do this, with practice of course, and you don't have to waste a single bullet on him, which is extremely important for this challenge. Without knifing him here, I don't think I could complete this challenge. So that's what I did. If you want to see how I do it, you can watch it in my knife-only run here. So next is the RPD basement. The dogs are really easy. I just killed the ones in the little doggy cages with my handgun and the rest with my shotgun. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The jail cell. Is it even possible to kill all of the zombies that pour out of the jail cells? Does the tyrant make this part impossible? The answer might surprise you. I did kill 2 zombies beforehand to make this easier on myself. The one lying down on the floor and the one in the cell closest to you by the power panel. I did try killing every zombie in the cell first, which was really good because they instantly died with 1 bullet to the head. But this didn't do anything. Upon opening the cells, the zombies still poured out. My strategy for this part was to bring a couple of grenades with me, and that hopefully, before the tyrant could reach me, I could finish off the 1 or 2 that survived the blast. Unfortunately, I had a lot more problems than this. Now, first of all, there's one good thing here. The tyrant won't actually come for you unless you get far down the zombie hallway, or go through the side door that you'd normally use to escape. So the tyrant wasn't a big problem here. And as for the zombies, I used 2 grenades to get most of them and finished off the rest with my handgun. When I thought it was clear, I'd open the side door, get the tyrant's attention down the zombie hallway, hello, circle around, and here was another problem. Even though I killed every jail cell zombie, when I circle around with the tyrant, the 2 zombies who originally ambushed you are still there. What the frick, man? So I had to implement Plan B. First, we grab Ben's pass, go to the hallway, kill the zombies, use a flash grenade, then grab Ada, go to Kendo's gun shop, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold? So that's exactly what I did. I just used a flash grenade on the final 2 zombies, which luckily blinded the tyrant, allowing me to finish them off with my shotgun. Then I passed through the cells 3 more times with the tyrant chasing me to make sure I didn't miss anyone, and we were good to go. Next comes Ada's part. At first, I thought this part would be next to impossible because of the small amount of ammo you get as Ada, and that I'd have to play it a couple of times to figure it out. But luckily, I succeeded on my second try, and it's all thanks to criticals, baby. Almost every zombie I killed died to a critical shot, so I actually got out of there with ammo to spare. Then of course, we have the G's. These big boys take a lot of ammo, and there's 6 of them if I'm not mistaken. I mean, there's not a lot to say about them other than they take a lot of shots and that they're a pain in my ass. And we get to the second Birkin battle. The obvious answer is to use only the crane to beat him, and that's exactly what I did. Because the game is on hardcore difficulty, he takes 3 strikes and he's out. Luckily for me, on my knife only challenge, I mastered this part. It took me hours and hours of playing the same boss fight over and over again, but it built that muscle memory into me so well that I beat this part on my first try with not a single bullet shot. And lucky me, every boss battle comes with a huge amount of free ammo and resources. So I grabbed Ada, and rather than go straight to the lab, it was time to go back to the RPD and finish off the rest of the enemies. I think I made Ada wait in that car for like an hour or something. Anyway, I had to find a way to strategically kill all enemies in the RPD with the least amount of ammo possible. I hadn't even touched the East Wing yet, so that's where I started. The best approach I could think of was getting a bunch of zombies to chase me in a group and to throw a grenade or two at them, similar to the jail cell situation. So after a couple of failed attempts, I finally did a decent job at this, finished up the East Wing, and I was off to the West Wing. The West Wing is fun because not only do you have the most horrible hallway in the game, you also have a bunch of lickers that want to do things to you. I used my shotgun on all of the lickers, and for any room with 2 lickers, I'd shoot one, run to the nearest exit, wait a second, come back through, and rinse and repeat. Eventually, I'd put enough bullets into a licker that it'd die. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, it's better to come back to the RPD at this time anyway, because then the tyrant isn't stalking you. And remember what I said about the windows? At this point, the windows were either on their last spawn, or the window zombies were roaming through the hallways, so those weren't much of a problem for me anymore. After so much death, and so much killing, I finally did it. Every living or dead creature was now dead. And I don't just mean dead, I mean dead. I double checked every single room in the entire RPD, ran along and hung out next to every window and knifed everything I came across, whether that was a zombie, a licker, or a dog. I lost a couple of knives doing this, but you get plenty of them throughout the run, so I wasn't too nervous. I did the same thing in the sewers, passing through each area to double check everything. And it's good I did this because there were actually a couple of sewer zombies that rise from the water that I forgot about. Nothing a shotgun couldn't handle. So, after all of that, it was finally safe to go to the lab. Now, here's the biggest reason why I chose Leon over Claire. He gets a sweet frigging flamethrower, while Claire only gets a puny little grenade launcher. Which wouldn't be that bad, but the ammo consumption makes Leon the clear winner for me. See, with Leon, all you have to do is tap the flame button a little bit to set the Ivies on fire when they're down. On average, I could kill 2 Ivies with 100 flamethrower ammo. Considering how much ammo you get for the flamethrower, this is extremely effective. Meanwhile, the only weapon Claire can use against the Ivies to permanently kill them is the grenade launcher with flame rounds. And you get a very limited amount of these flame rounds throughout Claire's campaign. Not only this, but flame rounds are also best used against lickers, so I might have used a lot of the rounds up by now. Not only this, but most Ivies take about 2 flame rounds to permanently kill. Sometimes they'd take 1 flame round, and other times they'd take 3 for me, but in general, I found they took about 2. So yeah, I'm not sure if Claire could even do this challenge. But enough about her, let's get more into Leon. Okay, I killed all of the zombies in the first area, killed all of the enemies in the second area, which, by the way, took up so much ammo. Got the chip, and finished off the rest of the Ivies. Yes, I know that when you spray the chemicals, the old Ivies despawn. Don't worry, I killed them before spraying the solution. The Tyrant made it tricky to knife all of the enemies in this portion of the lab to make sure they were dead, but it was still doable. Oh yeah, and there's a zombie girl in the freezer room who only wakes up if you knife her. Don't worry guys, I'm telling you, I checked everything. Now, at this point, I had a good amount of supplies. Not a lot, but definitely enough to finish the game. And even if I didn't, I still had enough knives to take on G3 Birkin if I had to. The nice thing about the Super Tyrant is that if you wait 3 minutes, or something like that, Ada will still throw down the rocket launcher to you, even if you did no damage to the Tyrant. I've never personally tried this, but it's something you can try for yourself if you want. Bada bang bada boom, I beat G3 Birkin, collected the beautiful supplies from the area, burned all of the Ivies alive, almost got squished by the Tyrant, killed this one zombie while the Tyrant was chasing me. Again guys, I covered all bases, and finally made it to the final boss battle. At this point, I had an overwhelming amount of ammo. This is something I noticed throughout the gameplay. I'd slowly run down my supplies and be nervous that I wouldn't have enough to kill every enemy. Then I'd have a boss battle, get all of my supplies back, and I'd be a happy camper again. Alright, after many tries of fighting the Tyrant, I eventually got my hands on that sweet rocket launcher and put an end to his miserable life. And yep, I used the launcher on the final few zombies and checked them with my gun to make sure they were done for. I wish this game had an enemy death counter at the end of it like some games, but unfortunately it doesn't. But I've never lied to you guys, and I always point out the little flaws in my challenges, like, you know, the gas station in Raccoon City for instance. If I fail a challenge, I never have a problem telling you guys. So here's my conclusion. I feel like the only reason this was possible was because 1, I've beaten this game over a dozen times, so I know how everything works, where everything is, certain enemies' weaknesses, and so on. 2, I beat 2 boss battles without using a single bullet, which if I didn't, I'm positive I wouldn't have been able to complete this challenge. 3, I have god-like aim and never missed a single bullet. No, just kidding. I missed a good amount of shots throughout this run, but still came out ahead in the end. And 4, because this game has 4 different campaign types, although similar, it gives me the best chance possible at each challenge I attempt. Like I said, if this game was only about Claire, I might not have been able to finish this challenge. Is that sexist? Yes, it is. It's because she's a woman, guys. In the end, there were a lot of factors that influenced this challenge. So yes, you can kill every enemy on hardcore mode in Resident Evil 2, if you don't count the gas station and Raccoon City zombies. As always, I had lots of fun with this challenge, but I'm starting to run dry on the whole Resident Evil 2 challenge video idea thing. There's not much more I can think of, so if you guys have any ideas on what challenges I could attempt, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you click the subscribe button so you get notified when I upload a new video, which is usually every 2 or 3 days. And click that notification bell or you're pretty well not subscribed to me. It's really important that you click that bell. Alright, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.